Ryan, good to see you. Today, we're talking about three retirement risks that could cause you to run out of money, which is, of course, everybody's number one fear in retirement. Today, if a couple who's age 65, they actually have a 50% chance of living beyond 90. Life expectancies have never been so high, which brings up our first risk. It's known as longevity risk.
Yeah, for sure. People are living longer and longer. I just read the other day that I think a third of people that are born today are going to live to be age 100 that they're estimating.
Really?
So, yeah,
Wow.
I mean, who knows how long people are going to live, 50 years, 100 years from now.
Yeah.
My grandmother lived until she was 102. So people are
Nice.
definitely living longer. And that's definitely a good thing. We get to enjoy life longer. We're healthier longer and all of those things. But from a financial standpoint, when we're talking about retirement planning, it does pose more of a risk because longevity risk is a risk multiplier. You take a look at here, a male who is, or a male that male has a 50% probability of living until they are 85 years old.
Right. Right.
And a female has a 50% probability of living till age 88. But what's even more telling is if you're married and you're both 65 years old today, you have a 50% chance of at least one of you living until you're 92 years old. So the need here to have to plan for, 20 years or 30 years or more in retirement is very real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, risk number two here, changes to Social Security. It's very likely benefits or qualifications will have to change. And I was surprised to recently learn that among those who rely on Social Security, that benefit makes up 50% of their income.
Yeah, it makes up a very large amount, and that's
Mhm.
why you wanna do everything that you can to save and invest on top of Social Security, because I definitely believe Social Security is gonna be there for many, many years to come, but I absolutely believe that they're going to have to make some tweaks and changes, which could reduce some benefits in the future. And in fact, the most recent trustees report, I'm taking a look right here, was just released a couple of days ago, and in 2033, they're now estimating that you're only going to get 77 cents on the dollar. Now, that
Wow.
assumes that nothing changes between now and then. I think something will change, between now and then, but it's hugely unpopular. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, Democrat or Republican, to make any changes here. But these are the current estimates. So something's going to need to happen in order to shore up the system long term and make sure that the money is there to provide for these promised benefits.
Mhm. All right, the third risk, known as good old inflation, talk about something else that is wildly unpopular. And high inflation simply means that you'll have to use more of your retirement savings every year to maintain your quality of life.
For sure. And you said good, but it cannot be so good sometimes. The thing about inflation is it's kind of that silent killer because it just kind of creeps up on you. In recent years, up until the last couple of years, inflation's been pretty low. You could see since 2011, it's averaged 1.97%. And this chart goes through 2021.
Hmm.
If we had 2022 on here, those numbers would be off the charts,
Right.
right? So we definitely seen that inflation has really shot up big time over the course of the last 2 years.
All right. So, Ryan, I think the good news is at least these risks are known so we can address them now. But what are some specific strategies that do address these risks?
Well, you got to make sure that your money is keeping up with inflation,
Right.
or perhaps even outpacing inflation, especially the money that you're planning to use some years into the future. Because the longer it is until you need that money, the more of an effect inflation could have over time to reduce that purchasing power. So whether it's investing in a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds, depending on whatever types of investments make sense within your particular retirement plan, you've got to make sure that you're invested in such a way that your money is keeping up with the cost of living.
Right. Ryan, I really appreciate being able to talk this through with you, especially to talk through some of those strategies. So, if somebody has questions about anything we've covered today, what's the best way to reach you?
I can call 714-462-9155. The other way, simply go to the website, kravitzfinancial.com, go to the contact page there and, submit a message.
All right, perfect. Ryan, thanks so much.
Thank you.